Okay, and let's continue with Hopper. This time we're going to glue all these little parts on top of the dome. We got the 4 COPVs ready to go, and these other elements that I will explain, they are ready, they are cut and they're ready to be glued on top of dome. And we're going to leave this at the last piece because it deserves more time to carefully cut all this wire. The drawing it's very thin, and it has so many parts that it has to be cut. But we'll leave it at the end. So let's place the COPVs. Remember, if you check the PDF, the brown leaves on the dome, there are some with very faint little lines there. There are 2 of them here. These 2 have these lines here on top, 2 and 2, and the bottom 2 COPVs will be placed here, and there's another one here right where it meets with the silver leaf. 1 COPV goes here and the other one goes here. So let's do it one by one. We're going to apply glue and make and spread out the glue evenly, so we will stick the legs of each COPV. This is what I'm talking about. I'm just spreading the glue here, so it's just easy to glue these parts. So you can see the COPV has these legs, and if we can say the 4 feet of the legs, they have to be, we have to apply glue. Alright, I'm going to use my magnifying glass from here so I can be very careful in just like that. I'm sitting it on top of the glue, so we'll get each leg, each foot of the leg with glue. And we're gonna go to our first leaflet. I'm gonna do it from here. This is one of the leaflets that has 4 lines. Just like that. I'm going to center it again. Okay, there it is. We're going to do the next one. Same procedure. Is the one that is sitting right next to it, and I'm just going to be very careful in putting the legs straight towards me. I'm going to use like this. There you go. just like that. It will sit there and glue. Okay. The key ingredient to all this is patience. You just have to be patient. Now, you're going to notice that these two COPVs are at this level, very high on the dome. But the ones that go on the side are much lower because they will need to be in touch with with the thruster pods sticking out from here. There's going to be a little line that will connect to the COPV. So we're going to glue this one. Same thing. I just sit it down right there so the legs can be embedded with glue. Alright, that's enough. I'm going to gently put it here. There. Just a matter, I will show you, I just have to center myself here. There it is. So notice that this goes way down, touching the brown area. Alright, let's proceed putting the next one, the next COPV. And this is just regular Elmer's glue. You can see that it's just because it's just a very tiny area. Oops. Oh, my bad. Let's clean it. Okay, good. All right. There. Let's just damp the feet with glue, and let's align it. Sit it there. Let's align it from here. Hold it and move the leg to match the little line. Good. With the ones that are on the sides, this one and this one, there are only two lines that are for the back leg. The front legs just lie there perpendicular to the dome in the collar area. Alright, so we're going to let it dry a little bit, and then we're going to apply our next parts. Alright, our next parts that we're going to apply are these cable trays, and they're very distinctive because looking at up close you can tell which one goes in its respective area. We're gonna get the darker one, the one that has the brown color. We're gonna apply glue. Very important that you apply glue in the back, the whole piece. All right, and it's just the extension. It continues from one of the lines that is drawn here. You can see which one. First I'm going to align it. Press. And it just goes flat there. So let's, I'm going to show you. There. Okay. It's just an extension of this line and continues all the way up. Alright. Now our next one that we're going to put is the one next to it. It's this one here, and you can tell which is the one that has white little cables there. Alright. We're going to apply more glue on this one. Okay, let's bring it closer, and I just have to align. And yes, looks like this. It's not, it's curved. It's not curved, but there's an angle in the wire. It goes straight up, and then it goes to a side. All right, so it goes straight up here, and then it moves to the side. That's the way it is. Look at how these two are related. Alright, we're getting there. Let's continue. Now it's time to cover this little hole here, the very top. We have that piece. I'm going to apply glue. Believe me, it's not easy when you're working on such minute part and then looking at your screen to see if the camera is showing what I'm doing. So now we're just gonna set this piece on top. There. Good. Alright. Next. Now we're going to put on the back of each of these tanks a little piece that will be like something that is holding the COPV from falling down, okay? Preventing it from falling. Okay, so let's get those little pieces. They're very tiny. and it's light brown, so you can barely see it. So this time we're using a tweezer, and we're going to damp it right there and right there, the two ends of it. One touches the dome, and the thin part touches the back of the bipod that forms the leg. Let's see if it's centered right there. You can see it there. It's straight. Take a look here. Okay, we're gonna put the rest on the other ones. Alright, there. You can go to my website and check Hopper's page, and you will see there are some photos showing in detail the parts of the dome. Some parts are very stubborn to release, so from the tweezer there. One more. Sometimes people ask me, why do I bother adding all these little things? Well, I always try doing my best on making an almost accurate replica. It's a model that shows in scale all the little parts that the real one has. There it is. So we have finished all the COPVs with their supports. They're glued there. Now I'm going to let it dry there. While it dries, we will do this. We're going to cut it very carefully, and then it will be glued on top. Alright? Alright, so we're going to proceed to cut this piece. What I do is, right now, I'm going to start cutting these 4 rectangles, just the parts that extend to the side. I'm just going to make a cut right there. And remember, there, if you mess up with this piece, there's still a spare part that I included in the file right next to it. Okay, make those cuts, and if you have noticed, this page, it has a big back print, so that's why this area needs to be colored. Okay, let's continue making the tiny cuts. Alright, there, the ones here as well. And keeping these details intact make the model more accurate. It looks better. Alright, now we're going to start cutting the drawing of this line. We're going to start here in the middle. I'm going to cut down. We're talking about 1 millimeter thick, what I have drawn here. So it's risky, and sometimes, you know, I mean, if you're careful, you're going to be successful in cutting it. If not, well, you're going to use the spare. In the corner, right here in where both meet, these lines meet, right there in the corner, and in this shoulder, this elbow, you are going to punch it. There, right there, you're gonna punch it. Okay. Use a sharp blade and be very careful. Okay, here as well. Move the paper where you can see where you're cutting. So that's very important to know also. Good. Good. Almost there. I'm checking from here. Alright. And let's continue all the way down. It has to be straight. Let's turn it. And be careful. Cut. You need to see where you're cutting. Alright, we're going to start letting it loose. We're going to cut the sides here, there, there, there. Yes, this part is challenging, it's tricky, hard. Alright, let's see. You gotta move it around like this. Move it around. So you could see what else needs to be cut. And I'll show you little by little how to remove it from the rest of the paper. Like for example, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to start cutting out pieces, you see? Dismantling the whole thing. Instead of pulling it apart, it's risky to break the whole thing. So just to be sure, cut this out and let's see if it, okay, you see? It's pulling there, so it tells you that you still have to make a cut here. So this is a tip that you have to always consider using, because otherwise you're going to break apart the whole thing. And don't rush. Let's do it in parts. This is done. We still have this piece together. Okay. Let's continue more. Now the other thing is that you need better light, good light conditions in order to cut this piece. In my case, it's a little harder because I'm still not being able to get a good lighting setup. I have already ordered a reflector, so that will help. I will get it in a few days. So I'm hoping that I will do better in showing you in better detail with better light conditions my work. Okay, we're getting there, but you have the idea. It's this is very intricate step to do, but at the end, if you are very careful, it's very satisfying. Something satisfying when you see that you have accomplished this step. My disadvantage is just the lighting conditions that I have. Okay, otherwise would have done it without a problem. But I cannot put a high beam here, otherwise you are not going to be able to see. Okay, getting there. Alright, one more piece. Be patient, please. We're almost there. Good. Alright, so it's here. Now, I am going to pause it. I'm going to clean it up better, and then I'm going to glue it. Remember, I'm going to put better light for me to just clean it up a little bit. Okay. So it's good. Alright. Now, there are a few things. The very tip has, if you can see the PDF, the very tip has indications where this part is going to be bent. Alright, I'm gonna go so there. Like this. This. And like this. Okay. We're going to apply glue. Let me put more glue here. We're gonna spread it evenly. Okay. Now, a little brush, and I'm going to start applying glue on the back. Do your best in putting glue carefully, not making a mess, not putting too much. Remember, review my website. There's a picture how the dome looks with this wire on top. Alright, the top portion is not glued. We're going to bring Hopper here, and let me show you. So, okay, maybe the camera shows there. Okay, what we are doing now is to make an extension of this line here, and this line here. It goes up. That one. So we're going to place it. And it just goes straight up. I'm going to move the camera there so you can see it. Be careful not to have it crooked. There. One shoulder is going to hit the leg, one leg, and this is straight. Okay. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to show you. Let me face it. See how it looks. There, okay, you see? It continues from here up. It hits one leg, it goes down, and now this part is free. This part is free. This is glued. This part is free, and we're going to apply glue on the very tip. And that is going to be glued right there in that little circle there. That little circle is just going to be, it's a fuel line that is going to be hitting that little circle. And it's quietly, it was measured exactly to match that circle. Let Let me see if the camera shows what I just did. Let's see. There. I'm gonna put it there in the black background. You could see. Okay. Okay. Now the dome is actually finished now. What is next is putting more details. We're going to put the thruster pods that go here that will connect to the COPVs that are on the side. There's thruster pods here and thruster pods on the other side that are aligning with this COPV. Okay, that's our next video. So I hope you have enjoyed this long video, but it was worth it. You have seen the process. It does take a long time. Thank you.